Hello YouTube, this is Alexander again. Today I just want to talk to you about this Audiobox USB by PreSonus, or the reverse. And this card is simply a card to connect on your computer, for to use any sound log, for to use any guitar or any stuff like this in the entry, and record it from this device to your computer. It have some button here for to choose the level of your mixing input here, with the level coming from your computer, or with this between this entry and this entry, which is in fact your microphone and the instrument here. And it have 48 volt for to supply any microphone or any device using this kind of supply. So this is all the button for mixing or level entry for this, and you have the button for the main, which is in fact for to adjust your level on your headphone. So the problem was, in fact, my acquaintance is a musician, and he loved to play with a preamp tube. But in fact, preamp tubes are very dangerous because they use a very high voltage for to feed the tube. And in fact, what it happened then it was some trouble in this tube preamp, and there is a drifted voltage in the output, and very high drifted voltage, and this entry, which was made for to withstand not more 48 volts, suddenly received something like 60 or 70 or 80 volts. Of course, it's destroy the preamp inside this card, and it's not usable anymore since this fact. So he tried to make some repair about that, and in fact he thought it was just enough to change some capacitor, but in fact the capacitor, despite the high energy coming from this entry, was good, and this is not the reason why this card doesn't work anymore. This card was designed by PreSonus here, which is a brand, and it's manufactured in PRC. PRC, in fact, is the other name for made in China, because PRC is People Republic of China. So here in the output, on the back, you have an output for your phone, a special main here for to drive any power speaker. Here this is the MIDI output, but I don't really know exactly what this means, because I never use this kind of stuff. And here you have the outlet for to connect it to your PC. And when you connect this device to your PC, it becomes simply the new sound card for your computer, and you don't use the sound card of your computer integrated on your computer, because simply this kind of stuff gives to you the opportunity to connect some microphone with 480 volts for to use some microphone, or to record many instruments in the same time, etc., etc. So let's open it and see what there is inside. I receive it like this because, in fact, my acquaintance makes some works on it, and for to try to find any trouble inside. And there is no screw, no knobs in the front panel. But anyway, we can try to open this. It's very easy to open when there is no screw, and but it's a little bit more complicated to open it by this way, because okay. Okay, let's a bit. Okay, it's not so easy to remove the enclosure. Okay, so you have here the main board, which is very nice made. In fact, as you can see, this is a very nice made. So where I want to attract your attention about that is, in fact, you have here the signal coming from this outlet here is filtered by some capacitor and some resistor network here before to attack a special integrated circuit, which is in exactly the same for this way. And if you see inside the plug here, you can see it can take two kind of connectors, XLR and jack. And jack, you can see something like that. You can put your jack like this, and XLR go in the surrounding here for to give more opportunities to connect different instruments or microphone, etc. And so this is the main part, which was destroyed by the drifted current, which was sent by the tube preamp of the last owner. And what we can see here, there is many chips which are exactly the same than this one and this one, which are in fact some operational amplifier. And the role of this integrated circuit is to mix sounds coming from the entry and with the sound coming from the computers by this USB plug here, and mixing all together for to have it in the output here on your phone or on your speaker. So what I want to notice here is that in fact in this kind of chip you will have simply a negative and a positive power supply, which in fact you can find a bad result on the entry, because actually it have just op amp with entry negative, positive and output, but because this integrated circuit was defect, you will find 5 volt in the output of the op amp. So what I did at first, it was to disconnect the output of this integrated circuit for to see if the next level was always live, and this is the case. So what I want to show you now, this is the very little chip here. I don't know if the camera can see it. This is the reason why this card didn't work anymore. Why? Because in fact this is a quad op amp. This name is the 464CL op amp, and it's not so easy to find, because actually if I watch you this this is, as you can see, 464C, which is not so familiar, to be honest, but this is a very high quality component to make some sound treatment. And of course, if you see the datasheet, it uses a very simple package, which lots of integrated circuits use the same. So what I did here about this. It's for to make some troubleshooting here. I found another integrated circuit, which is in fact an quad op amp, and it uses exactly the same connection for the positive and for the negative for the entry, and it's as you can see, I made some wiring for to connect it to this cord, and so after this repair, this entry works very nice. But of course, this integrated circuit is very cheap, and this is just a salvaged part, and of course you will have a very noisy sound when you increase the volume at the maximum. So in fact, of course, as you guess, this is not the perfect integrated circuit for to replace this stuff, which are in fact a special piece of IT technology, very low noise, for to mix the entry here with the general mixer here. So what I did here, I don't know if you can see, I did first because I wanted to remove this this integrated circuit, because I thought it was just an idea for to use the symmetrical entry, and in fact the symmetrical entry use a negative and positive signals coming from your instrument or your microphone, and it adds the both signal in the same time in an op amp, and if you have any bad sounds or any click or any noise in one line, it will automatically be removed by the op amp, which in fact will receive the same signal on the positive way and the negative way. So in fact, for to make some troubleshooting, I remove from a salvaged PCB LM324, which is a familiar integrated circuit for to use it on any audio practice. But in fact, if this little integrated circuit can work nice, this is not the best I see for to have high fidelity on your card, and so it's just help you to understand then in fact this very rare component are just quad op amp, and if you change this this op amp with another one, which in fact is able to work with a single rail, and from 3 volt to 20 volts. This is the benchmarks for the 3 to 5 integrated circuit, and it's working now. Okay, it's working. It helped me to understand then, in fact, because the high voltage coming from in this card, only this chip was damaged, and so it's very easy now to find if it's possible from AliExpress or Alibaba or any market like this, if it's possible, because this is not so common, I think, because they are with rare package, I think, and it's not easy to replace it with another part, because you have to make some wire for to connect it, and of course what I did here is just to check if the rest of the card is working properly. So now I need to remove this other part, and remove maybe this other part, this first part too, by replacing by the genuine one coming from internet or any stuff like this. Okay, in fact this card is not so expensive, so it's not so expensive, but this is not a reason for to not try to repair it. So this is what happened to a friend which was using this card with a tube preamp, and unfortunately, because there is some trouble on the preamp, it destroyed this preamp section. And in fact, you just have to replace this, and after some research on internet, you can find it with just $1 piece, and so it is worth to replace it, or it is not worth to replace it. I don't really know, but for to save money and don't buy another card for a musician or some amateur like this, maybe this is a solution, but maybe not. I don't really know. I will ask the owner of this card if he wants to purchase exactly this piece, because he tried at first and he never found something with the same benchmark, in fact. And the same benchmark, the benchmark is just, in fact, this is the TS464, and it has 7 legs, and it has 4 preamp. So, okay. I'm going to ask him if he wants to recover his audio card, and I think this is what it's remained to me for to repair this stuff. After, like I said, it's not so expensive, and when you have some trouble with this card, maybe for to be quiet in your head, I think maybe if you are very serious, maybe I think you need to purchase another one, except if the repair is make this card like it was brand new, in fact. So, as I said, as I say now, this device is perfectly working on this side here, because I replace the last component, which is here. In fact, it seems to be complicated, but in fact this is just a quad op amp. This is not more complicated than that. And in fact, if you look, just it's very hard to see. You need a good magnification for to read this kind of stuff. Just $1 piece for to repair this card. It is worth the price. I don't really know. Okay, but I think this is for a next video, until if I need to purchase these things for to repair this card. Okay, so it was Alexander again. I hope you enjoy this video talking about sound card and the issue coming from tube preamp. Be aware about tube preamp. It can be very dangerous things for your electronic devices. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and till you see you soon.